Bem-vindo! Hoje é o nosso primeiro programa falando no inglês, no Conectv.
Welcome to the Algarve by Conectv.
Leak, clog, bigger repair. Aquashocker Plumbing will be right there. For professional, honest solution, call Aquashocker today.
Currency for you, achieving you more for your money.
At Living Life Algarve by Kat Almeida.
Hello. Welcome back to the Algarve. With the clocks have jumped forward, and with it, we jumped straight into summer. I've just driven in here now. We're actually recording this in the morning, and I've just driven in. It's 25 degrees. We've got blue skies, not a cloud in sight. The Algarve is back in play. So, welcome. As I said, welcome back. Today, I'm going to introduce you to an Algarve success story. A lot of people are always thinking about moving over here. There are some awful things going on in the world, and Portugal is still the place to come to. However, there's that question, what do I do? Can I set up my own business? How do I navigate things? And for someone who's a foreigner, who not only doesn't understand the language, but hasn't got the first clue about how bureaucracy works, as most of us who have been here forever, we still don't understand how things work. So I'm introducing you today to Manuela De Oliveira. Oliveira,
yeah.
From Magic Beauty, who is a success story all by herself. It pains me to say that she's looking this good in her 50s with 4 kids.
Thank you so much.
And your business has just grown and grown since,
yes.
I think, haven't you been here since about 2016?
I've been here 2016, and I opened a business actually it's almost 7 years ago in April 2019. And mobile, first of all, I went to people's home.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to people's home with my, the massage, And then I realized aesthetic you cannot do in people's homes with the dogs running around or the cats jumping on you. And so I rent a little space in a hairdresser. And I realized the dogs in the back barking and the hair dryer. Oh my God, it was a nightmare. So I moved into my first salon, and very tiny, very small.
And this is in Almeida.
This is in Almeida, yes.
The Algarve.
And then soon, I realized that space was getting too small with all these machines that I bought, and I moved. And now I move again.
So how long were you in the first?
In the first, I was half a year, like in the first little room, Then I was in my salon 3 years, and now I was in the other salon 3 years, and now I move again, and I hope I stay longer. I made a 5-year contract.
Wow. Okay. So let's start with where should we go? Okay. So you've moved out of your first salon, because obviously you've outgrown it.
Yeah.
Move to the next one. So what was your core business at that point?
From the first to the second, because the main business is non-invasive treatments, right? So treatments like
we have to say fashion.
Throwing it out like machine treatments.
Facials, right.
Aesthetic facial treatments. Non-invasive machine treatments, because just with massaging and, when I see sometimes advertising collagen treatment, 30 euros, a little bit massage is not going to help you, right? So I'm working with machines. They're actually really going in your deeper dermis and activate collagen from the bottom up. And there are different technologies on the market, really good technologies, and I actually have them all. And that's why And that's why I
That's
had
why you
to
needed
move.
a bigger space.
Yeah, I needed a bigger space. And and it's really, it's been the business, it's really been good. Clients always coming back. I'm really happy.
But you've also, you're dedicated to that lane, aren't you?
Yeah,
You haven't
just
diversified and
no.
done all sorts of other things as well
No,
that
no.
you could have done.
I think, I mean, look, I'm an esthetician, or I'm a beautician in Germany, you would say, since 1993, right? And I did normal facials, I did massages, pedicure, manicure. And I realized that's not what I wanted to do. You know, so when I came here, my friends say, so what you're going to do? You're going to do and work in a beauty shop. And I say, no, I'm definitely not going to do that. So I went to Germany. I got advanced training into anti-aging, and my main business is just anti-aging aesthetics and anti-aging treatments. And I think, you know, that's what I always say to my clients. If you have too much of a portfolio, it's great to make money, but it's not where your passion is.
Yeah.
You know, you can't love all.
No.
You cannot love all, you know, like, I mean, when I did the normal beautician things, I hated massages. I hated feet. You know, like, I cannot see feet, you know, so for me, you know, now I treat, honestly, I hate feet, you know, like, and I am just, you know, doing aesthetics, and I love doing it. And my clients know I love doing it, you know, so that's where I just
also, you've got
specialize.
jack of all trades, master of none. The fact that you are dedicated to that thing, that is your area. That is what you're known for. That's why people come back to you specifically for that.
Yeah.
So, just quickly, I want to, you've now moved on and you're now expanding. So I just want to keep with this just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Take me through some of those things. I know you have
some of the treatments.
The HIFU.
Yeah. So the HIFU started, I started with the HIFU, I think 6
what is
years
it?
ago. Yeah. So it's, HIFU stands for high intensity focused ultrasound. So what it's doing, I hold a machine. I think we have one of those pictures here. This, you know, I don't know if people can see it. So the machine holds on your skin and beams in heat 70 degrees into the dermis. Yeah. We have lots of layer in the dermis. So it goes in the deepest layer, in the middle layer, and around the eyes, for example, in a little bit upper dermis. Yeah. And it penetrates our skin. So when our skin is burnt or penetrated, it needs to recover. And the recover process is a healing process. So when the clients come, they don't go out and they look different. No, it takes weeks, 3, 4, 5 weeks.
You just shot me there, you just said 70 degrees.
Yes. So it shoots in 70 degrees, but you don't have any downtime. So it just, and that's the, don't ask me. I'm not a scientist. You know, I have no idea how they're doing it, but it goes just into the dermis, and then your body needs to recover, activates collagen and elastin, and pumps up the skin from the bottom, and you look fresher. And I mean, I'm 54. I'm doing it for 6 years. You know, like, I mean, it does work. You know, it does work. And otherwise, I would be bankrupt if the treatments wouldn't work.
Absolutely.
You know.
So, staying within that lane, would you say that was one of your most popular?
Yeah, that's made my business. I think that was the best investment. And I was so scared because no one in the Algarve had this treatment. I was the first offering the treatment, and then. You know, it is a big investment. It was a lot of money, and it paid off. I think in the first half year, everything was paid, and then obviously the machine that I have now is the newest on the market. It's the 12D. I started with 3D. I think I had 3 other HIFUs in between. And
it's now 12D.
Yeah, it's 12D, and it works as well different. We have lipo HIFU, which really goes into the fat cells and beam them off. And we have, which is really, really amazing, is the DEP. And it's derma electroporation. So what that does, is we bring after the HIFU hydration from the outside layer into the inside layer. And that's the only technology that really goes as deep, breaks the molecules from the serum I put outside, and then brings us with electro current poration into the 3.5 millimeter of depth. So that means hydration stays actually inside of your skin. It's not like you have a facial, you have a little bit of cream, you look great for 1 or 2 days. No, it stays inside and it works. You know, it really works.
So that's part of your non-invasive thing.
Yeah.
Do you, there's obviously a big market also for injectables, etc. Is that something that you also?
I am not personally do it because I'm working straight by law. Let's put it like this. Yeah, I'm not, I know the practice is a little bit different in the, in Portugal, in the Algarve, but I am not doing it. I work with a lady doctor together and she's amazing. She's a dentist. She is top. We work together 5.5 years and she comes and works with me every 3 weeks, and is doing my clients. And
Great.
It's just amazing.
Good, because there's always different people like different things, don't they? So
and I mean, she's not working in dentistry anymore. She's just working in aesthetics. She just come back from Monaco from the Congress. I've been to Monaco. I'm going always to have educational updates. And we're doing this all the time. The face in Germany. I'm going once a year to Germany. The best is Monaco. It's really, really good. It's a little bit more for doctors than for actually aestheticians, but I still learn a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you've been in the industry as long as you have, when you've reached the level that you have, it wouldn't make sense to be dealing with the basic stuff.
No,
if you're going to learn, you need to.
I love going and learning new things, pure products, and there's lots of things on the market. I didn't even know that my doctor was offering polynucleotides. For example, polynucleotides is injections that's hydration, and I just had that done, by the way, and it's so good. It restores the DNA of the cells, and it's like you just have an amazing glow.
Did you really notice the difference straight away?
Amazing, yeah. Not straight away as well, yeah. But it also works with time. So now I think I'm in week 4 or something, yeah. And I think I'm glowing. Yeah.
You are glowing, yeah.
So my treatments, they are working very, very well with the treatments of the doctor.
Yeah.
So we always can, how can I say it, have even a better result. Like I have some clients, they never come to me, but they always come to the doctor. So it's
and
really
certainly
good.
I think, as you said, here in Portugal, for somebody to administer Botox or any sort of injectables, it has to be under the direct supervision of or by the
medical board
doctor or something.
Yes. Yeah. It's I mean, my doctor, she made her study here. She been to the university here. Lots of people that just come, and I mean, I don't want to, badmouth people, but they're coming from other countries and they're just thinking Portugal is a banana country, and it's not. We have rules. Yeah. And I think that is
but also because I mean, when I got here 100 years ago, there weren't any. Well, the rules were always there.
Yeah.
But nobody paid any attention whatsoever, and nobody cared.
Yeah.
So everybody did exactly what they wanted to do when they wanted to do it. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Didn't know whether it was real estate or put in a pool. It didn't matter. So this was exactly the same. So now, of course, those rules have been tightened up. And
which is good.
Actually, it's been there since 1945.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but now, because there are bad things happen.
Absolutely. It's
bad
very
things
important.
happen.
Yeah.
There have been quite a few salons being already closed. I know a few I know of one definitely in Quatera, one in Albufeira. They've been temporarily closed, which is good.
It is.
Which is good. I think it's good.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very happy. I have an amazing team. I as well work, which is, I think, also nice and important to mention with a very nice German lady. She is doing the permanent makeup in my salon. And, you know, when we get older, we have hair loss, you know, and not just here. We have little hair here. And she's really an amazing permanent makeup artist. She's doing it for 15 years. She was teaching in Germany in a big school. So, yeah, I'm very happy she works with me as well and treating my clients.
Great. And for anybody who doesn't know, permanent makeup, when we're talking about like this, is basically tattooing.
Yes, right.
But it's very, very fine work.
Yeah, it's amazing. And she has her own patent machine even, which I asked her, but I don't know, you know, like how to explain it. But normally it vibrates, she said, the machines, and her one is just, you know, like going up and down or something, you know, like, don't ask me. But
okay.
She did my permanent eyeliner. It's really nice. I love it. And yeah, I can just recommend her. We are an amazing team.
Fantastic. And talking of teams, it's never that easy, is it?
Yeah.
I can't tell you the amount of businesses, but particularly it seems to be beauty, hair, things like this. You encourage people to join the industry. Somebody comes in and says, I've always wanted to be a beautician. Or I've always wanted... So you, as the owner, will train, will look after, will nurture, will get them qualified, will have them there. And the amount of times you hear that someone stayed for 2 years and they've now gone. They haven't just gone, they've taken half your clientele with you.
That's it. No, I'm not. I mean, I had once an employee, you know, for 4 months, and then I had to let her go because the thing is, I personally think, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but if you employed, you never work as the owner. Right?
Yeah.
And why?
Yeah.
Because you have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You know, you are employed somewhere, and then you think like, if today I don't make the massage as good as, you know, like the other day, I don't care. I'm still getting paid. But that's not my philosophy. You know, I'm the owner. I give what I can. You know, like if I really like have a bad day or whatever, I rather cancel you. You know, and go home instead of being there and just doing the treatment half-hearted.
Well, it's your reputation at the end of the day.
It's my reputation in the end of the day.
It's only going to be as good as your last treatment.
Yeah, that's it. So, you know, I think it's better to work with people you trust and even self-employed people. You know, I would never give anyone a contract anymore. Now I open another business, you know, a little bit more down to earth business. So this is ZenGlow Studio.
This is where we're coming to now, and also with your team. Because I mean, how fantastic that ZenGlow, and we're going to talk about that now.
Yeah.
So you're opening this. We've got the launch on the 10th of April. So we'll talk about that again in a minute as well.
Yes.
But your team is headed by your daughter.
Yes, amazing.
Now she can't run away and she can't take your clients.
No, she's amazing. She finished her beautician study last year, and she was supposed to join me in Magic Beauty, but then she said, Mom, you know, like if I'm honest, this is not my world. First of all, I'm too young to treat people in the anti-aging field, which, you know, like I was a bit not upset, but, you know, I thought like, come on, you know, like it doesn't matter how old, but I got her point. Yeah. And then she says like, let's open something else. And, and then I said like, what do you like to do? And she came up with this Japanese head spa, you know, like seeing it on like social media and all of that. And then she says, look, Mom, this is something I do not want to talk. She says like, I want to teach clients and I want to bring them down to their mental, like, so they can actually get away for an hour from their daily stress. And I said like, wow. You know, like I said, like, okay. So, you know, I said, okay, let's do that.
So everything you're doing within ZenGlow is Japanese?
Yeah. So we do a Japanese head spa We do the Japanese tsubu facial, which is acupuncture facial, like pressure points in the face. It's just amazing. I just had it done with Grit, which is a really, really fellow friend and my ex-business partner. It's a little bit difficult, but we've been working together for 1.5 years before. And she is amazing. She has a touch that lots of people don't have. And she just came back from Germany, and she had the course for the Japanese tsubu facial, the Japanese foot spa, which is, you will see, I don't want to talk too much. You need to feel it.
So,
you know,
what's
this is basically the waterfall that we call it. So you will have the Japanese head spa, but it's not a head spa. And that's why lots of people call themselves just a head spa, because they do not work with the Japanese philosophy. So we work with them. We work with frequency. We work with sound. So we just came from London, my daughter and I will support ZenGlow. This is not going to be my main business, but I will support if people come as a couple or friends and they want to have the two treatments together in the same time. Yeah, we will do that. But I will give that to Grit in a little bit later stage, you know, because it's too much work for me. But anyway, so what it's doing, we will get you down. Like your mind is free already with the frequency work, yeah? And then this waterfall will go over your head and we will clean your scalp of all impurities. Like this is something you don't do at home. And you will massage, your head will be massaged with so many different tools. And when we got the educational, you know, it was great that we got it, because I could see what I would not like to introduce into that treatment, because there were machines that were loud on the ear, you know, and I had a Japanese head spa, and it was loud. And I didn't like it. You know, it was great up until the point where the machines came and massaged your scalp, because you don't want to be interrupted.
Yeah.
You're just laying there. You get, you know, like I want you to actually not think of anything.
And is it
Let go.
silent, or do
It's
you
silent.
have ambient music?
Yes,
or?
but it's frequency music.
Okay.
So it brings you in a total different stage. So what the builder is, at the moment, I have a construction and building team. They are really, really great. They are amazing. So we, at the moment, creating that spa. Yeah. And so we asking for soundproof rooms. So I came this morning from the site, and you know, they are starting to put that all together. So I can just, you know, blue chip company, I can just, you know, like recommend them highly.
So you were also, just before the program, you were also telling me about a 4-hour something.
Yeah, so that will be, I think, the best selling product.
The thought of just having me time for 4 hours.
It will be 4.5 hours, and that will be ZenGlow half day for 2 ritual. So what we're doing, we will have 2 clients in 2 different rooms, because not every client wants to be together in the same room, right? So we have 2 different rooms, and then you get 2 treatments. That can be starting with the Japanese head spa. But the 4 treatments which you will receive is the Japanese head spa, the tsubu facial, you will have a full body massage, and you will have the foot spa. And after 2 hours, each treatment will be 1 hour. And after 2 hours, you will have a break. You put the robe on, you meet your partner, friend, or daughter, and you will have a Japanese tea ceremony, which in the Japanese tradition is a very, very important tradition, right? And our ambient will be Japanese. So you will sit on this little table on the floor, you know, and you will have your ceremony there. And what is very, very nice is, I think that is what we created is very nice, is the spa will be closed. It will be just for you, like for the two of you. And very exclusive.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
That
and
just
there's
takes it to another
nothing.
level altogether.
Yes. There's nothing here that can top that at the moment, and it's going to be 4.5 hours just for you. And I think it's great, and it's absolutely affordable. Like it's nothing that you think like. Oh,
But it's also it's giving yourself time.
Yeah, it's
or
not
buying somebody else a gift of time.
That's it.
The value is there, right?
It's there, and it's really. I mean, we had already requests, and we already have the first 3 days fully booked. So it's really good. It's happening.
And you've only got the frames up at the moment.
Yeah. So it's really. I'm looking very forward to, because I tell you something. 5 years ago, when I had my other shop, I said, in 5 years' time, I will open a spa. In that moment, I was thinking of sauna, about like a little, dip pool, cold pool, and stuff like this. I realized that's not what the people need. Our life is faster and faster and faster, and we're just in a rush. And sometimes, I come home and then, I answer my messages from the clients and all of that. And I am so tired, and I just need to reconnect. Yeah. And when my daughter was suggesting that, I thought, this is exactly what we need.
Because what I didn't say was, you've got the 4 children, you've got the business, and all that. You also write for Algarve Plus.
Yeah.
So you also do that.
Yeah. So
you just don't stop.
The columns for the Algarve Plus magazine. But it's good. I like it. I love it. I love to speak about my business.
We love all of it.
Yeah.
But we all love everything we do. But there are times where you just think,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Stop.
No, I also have that. Like you have sometimes a little bit of, like, oh, I can't anymore. Like yesterday, for example, coming from the site, I thought like, like I can't anymore, But next day you get up, and because I love what I do, I really love.
And the fact that your daughter has chosen that, she's obviously just the same way as you've been absolutely dedicated to your lane.
Yes. And I mean,
she
look,
appears to be doing the same thing in hers.
She saw me growing.
Yeah.
Right? So when I started the business, 2019, she was like 7 years ago, like she was 13. Yeah. And she saw me growing.
Yeah.
See what we can afford now, to just being an employed beautician.
Yeah.
And I mean, she loves being quiet, and that I think is, I could not be a good fit for ZenGlow because I talk too much. Like my clients come to me because they're like talking. We constant talk. Yeah. So for me,
which is why you need soundproofing, not to keep their sound in, to keep you out.
No. When I work at ZenGlow, I for sure need to be quiet, and I'm actually looking forward to that, to actually calm me down. Yeah. And but
so let's talk about. So this is we've got the 10th of April.
Yes.
Is when you're having your launch.
Yes.
And I know that you've invited lots of people to go.
Yeah.
Is there any space at any time left till people can still turn up and
No, you can come. Obviously the clients that already been with me got private invitations, but I already said in the social media, you can come and you're not staying 3 hours. The lounge is 3 hours from 2 to 5. So you coming, you can see the concept, you can see if it is something for you, like.
So let's talk. Where do we find? Where are you?
Have the Magic Beauty and the ZenGlow in Almansel.
Okay.
And
the address?
Rua do Comércio 164 and 168. So it's 2 shops next to each other. And
so for anybody who kind of knows the area a little bit, this is the main road that goes between Quarteira and Almansel.
That's right.
So there, if I'm not wrong, as you go towards Almondseal from Cortalia, it's going to be on your left-hand side.
That's correct.
So you've got parking on the outside.
Oh, we have
as
private
well.
parking. That was like my clients always say, Manuela, the parking is so difficult.
Yeah.
And now we have basically...
I know where you were before.
Yeah.
And it was a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. So now we have three private parkings, and we have more space on the road. So there's never a problem of
And you
parking.
only work by appointment, don't you? People can't just walk in off the street.
That is something I like to as well mention. It's like I do not have clients waiting. That will be not happening in Magic Beauty, and as well not in ZenGlow studio. ZenGlow will be closed. There will no people coming and knocking on the door. There's no receptionist waiting. And I think this is what people also need to know. It's exclusive. Yeah. It's private. And I think that is something that makes it different, because sometimes when I go for a massage and someone is knocking on the door, they go and open the door. And then you think like, really? It's like, really? So, and with me as well, it's one-on-one treatments. If I have a client that comes maybe 10 minutes early, that's not my fault. Then I let her in, let her sit down, but they'll respect the fact that there's somebody else there. But it's very seldom, because I time every client with time. So after the client goes, I have 20 minutes or something, because I don't like stress. I like to have a coffee, and I'm not, and I'm not overworked. I just work maybe 3, max 4 clients a day. So I did not come to the Algarve to just work. I love horse riding. I have a horse, and I like, like all of these little things why I came here. Yeah. So I like to not be overworked. So we've just mentioned the address. How else do we reach you? Obviously, we know we can't knock the door. Well, it's social media. Obviously, you can see. And what's it going to be? Magic glows and no. Like you can find me on Instagram or Facebook on Magic Beauty Almondseal. And it will be with the ZenGlow Studio Algarve. And or you can call if you like. Google. You can Google it. It's there. All the information. And is this a landline or? No, it's a cell phone. You can WhatsApp on Magic Beauty. It would be 927599283. Say it again. Yeah? That camera right there. Okay, you like to reach us on WhatsApp? It's 927599283. That is the telephone number for Magic Beauty. And ZenGlow Studio will be obviously +351. That's for Portugal, and 927772830. That's the ZenGlow Studio. Perfect. And we're going to obviously, as normal, this will all go up on Living Life Algarve as well. And underneath these programs, we will put the contact details, your website, your whatever it might be. So, and also look out for the reels as well, because you're going to be producing all sorts of reels from this program, from the other things that you're doing as well. So all the updates that are necessary for you to see exactly what Manuela is doing, what her latest equipment is. Yes. When it comes to 15D or whatever it is you're doing on your iPhone. We're going to let you know. Well, at the moment, there's nothing better. So I have the latest equipment, but they're always bringing new machines on the market. But you can't buy every year the newest machine. No. I just bought it 1 year ago, and but I'm very well equipped. Perfect. And I like to mention as well, with me, if you like to have a result, you will have it. But sometimes it's not just one treatment. You have to have patience. Oh, absolutely. But it's like taking... I had this conversation with somebody yesterday. If you're not feeling well and you go to the doctor, they give you a prescription. Yeah. You don't take 2 tablets. Yeah. You take the whole lot. Yes. And even if you start to feel better, you shouldn't just cut it off after 5 days. Yeah. If it's a 2-week treatment, take it for 2 weeks. Yeah, exactly. But whatever changes you're trying to make in yourself, in your body, that's even learning a language. You can't turn up to a lesson and then be fluent. Yes, but lots of clients they do think that, and you need to have a little bit of patience if you like to have a result. Well, like you said, you can get instant results. Yeah. Walk out and think, oh, fantastic. But it's lasting for the day, maybe 2 days. Yeah.
treatments are great. They're not miracles.
No.
You have to work at it.
That, like I'm magic beauty, but it's not that magic, like just need to mention that because, clients saying like, oh, but you're magic beauty. Yes, but
magic, not miracles.
Yeah, exactly. Magic, but not miracles.
Yeah,
that's it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Manuela, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
joining
having me
today.
Really
It's
appreciate
been
it.
great. So what I'd like to do, I'm going to come down and obviously see you on the 10th.
Yes, amazing. Yes,
I'd like
can't
to
wait.
almost kind of like to whiz round now. Presumably you've got photos of when your guys are actually building at the moment.
Yeah, I
you?
have. Yes,
Okay.
yes, I have. Yes.
So I'll probably steal a couple of those from
Yeah.
you and then come in on the 10th and take
Yes.
some pictures there.
It's amazing. It's crazy. We will have as well, I have a photograph team. They will put a reel together how it actually looked before.
Before and after. Wonderful.
After. Yeah. And she's also amazing. I have great people that working with me. Amazing. Yeah.
And this just goes to show, right at the beginning there, I said that people are thinking about coming over. People, we've got lots of Americans are still your primary buyers over here, and we all know why you're moving. But that question is, if you're not of an age where you can retire and you can be financially independent, what are you going to do? How are you going to do it? Can you? Yes, you can.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
You've got to be dedicated.
Yes.
You've got to push yourself to the absolute limit sometimes.
Yes.
Be prepared for the odd breakdown.
That's it.
But you've got people like us around who will pick you up. There's a whole network here of people who will always help.
Yes.
But find your lane.
Yes.
Don't go copying Manuela. Find your lane.
Find
and
your
let
lane.
People come to you for that.
Yeah, exactly. No, I
fantastic.
think you can really do. I always try to teach my kids, you can achieve everything in your life. You just need to want it.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
I always wanted to have my own business, and I have a
Now you've
success
got it.
story. Yeah.
And now your daughter has.
Yes.
So there you go. Come. Yeah. So thank you again for coming in.
Thank you.
As normal, quick update from the Algarve. I've got to say, Jan Felton, what a woman you are. Jan is the administrator for Women of Lulé. She's recently been involved with Thai Beach, the place to be.
Yeah.
And
She's
there's been a
amazing.
lot of fundraising for Mama Africa. So again, Living Life Algarve, I'll put details up there. It's something that's going to keep going. Jan, kudos. You're brilliant.
You are. She is.
And I have a series of birthdays, starting with Gracie Crouch. Remember the name, Gracie Crouch from the UK. Gracie was, I think, born performing. So we're now singing, writing poems, acting. This is somebody who is going to be in the spotlight at some time for something in her life. Gracie, you were 14 a couple of days ago. It didn't get away from me. Massive, humongous happy birthday from us. Gracie's going on, I don't know, 14, 23, something like that at the moment. But you're awesome, sweetheart. We love you. Next one up, my daughter, my eldest daughter, Lexi, is nearly gave her age. Am I allowed it? 27 today.
Happy birthday.
And Lexi, if you don't know her, is a singer at Tiramisu Pool Bar and Restaurant and a Friday night at Alsacia in Cortada. So go down and say happy birthday to Lexi, please. Tomorrow, my granddaughter is 1. This is like my reason. She's just my reason for everything. And at 1, she's walking around and she's absolutely controlling and ruling the roost. So happy birthday to Aurora.
Oh, happy birthday.
And who else have we got? Good grief. Okay, massive congratulations and thank you to Carolina Santos from Sonoma is a restaurant in Gatwick Airport. I was there at some godforsaken hour, 4:00 in the morning or something ridiculous the other day. And this person arrived in front of me with the most beautiful smile, so friendly, so nice, not over the top. It was the epitome of Portuguese hospitality right there, made me feel like I was already home. Mm-hmm. The restaurant is apparently owned by Portuguese people. It was banging on every level, but Carolina, you're an absolute diamond, and thank you. And if you're showing this to your bosses, give her a pay rise. Thank you. And then on a rather sadder note, the Algarve, the Almancil area, have lost a very, very special lady this week. This is Janita Martinez. What an absolute warrior from South Africa. She's always said it as it is, the most wicked sense of humour. She will be missed terribly. So to her daughters, Michelle and Natasha, all the kids, all the grandchildren, there are so many of us that are sending you an awful lot of love. Your mum will be sorely missed and always remembered. She's with us forever. So people from the Algarve, people coming in, people who have just left, wherever you might be, we're thinking of you. Thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
And I look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks. See you soon.
Thank you so much.
Currency for you, achieving you more for your money.
Leak, clog, bigger repair. Aquashocker Plumbing will be right there. For professional, honest solution, call Aquashocker today.
At Living Life Algarve by Kat Almeida.